Hey everybody, the girls of Going Commando are back in action. Stick around because we are going to share about why everything happens for you and not to you. And Dana even shares a story that's a little embarrassing. So enjoy, sit back, relax, grab your coffee, and hang out with us on Going Commando.
We're shedding our masks and breaking down walls. Hell, we may even drop our drawers. That's right. We're Going Commando with Angela and Dana.
Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is Angela DeMarco, and we are Going Commando. Going Commando was a little show that we put together because we understand the importance of authenticity now more than ever. We understand the importance of being who you are, embracing that, and bringing it to the world. And we do that, and we're hoping by doing so, we give you permission to do the same. So, good morning, Angela. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Today's a big day.
You guys, we're back. I have missed this so much. I think our last episode was like the JD's back again. I think it was in the middle of December, right? It was where we left off, episode 99. We closed out the season. So now we're back. It is April something or other. Taxes are due. And we're back. We're so excited. We've been like jonesing to get back here. Like Going Commando is like my crack.
Right.
And so in the time that we've been apart, we have done a lot. Dana has released the final book in the 10 Rex trilogy.
I want to show you.
Show us. And,
I happen to have it right here.
It's called The Woo Is You. So we're going to be celebrating this entire season to talk about basically just go through the book with you guys. So if you haven't yet, go to phenom-publishing.com and order a copy. So you can kind of like go along with us and read it with us. Definitely share in comments. Please engage with us as we go through. If there's anything that you want us to talk about, hit it up in the comments. Shoot us a message wherever you're finding this or listening to this, because we really want this to be an interactive season. This understanding that the woo is you is so fucking important. It is so important. It is such a game changer, and it is like the culmination of everything. So we're going to go into it. We're going to try to do a little bit of a different format this season where we're a little shorter, so you have to listen to us drone on. And we're going to just be taking little bits from the book as we go through, and we're just going to ride out the season as long as it goes. So I'm super excited. This is episode 100 hours. It's like literally hundreds of hours of us just talking
Nonsense.
Stupidogeny.
I'll tell you, before I bring up what we wanted to talk about today, I just want to make the point that anybody that I have spoken to that has read The Woo Is You at this point, everybody's got something different that speaks to them. And I'm always surprised. I'm always like, oh my God, that's like I spoke to Seamus the other day, and in my first things first, I like listed 10 things, and he picked number 5, and he's like, this was life changing. He's like, I read this. I make a point to read this every day. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah. So I bring that up to your point, Angela, that anybody who is watching, if you have read this book, if you haven't, read it. But if you've read this book and something speaks to you, reach out to us because we will make a point to focus on that topic, because this book is really about all of us, and it's about taking everything we're doing to the next level. So just throwing that out there.
And it's freaking awesome. It's awesome. Also, you guys, if you go to phenom-publishing.com and join the Phenom Readers Club, we have we're doing like this awesome offer this month, actually, where we're selling the trilogy, the 3 paperback books for $30. It saves you almost $20, and Dana will sign each one. So we do like really, really good offers. We want to get these books in your hands. Dana's recording the audiobook for it right now. We have ebooks. We've got all ways for you to get this information, but you can always go back also and watch the older episodes where we have 10 Rex season and we have Decoding the Woo Woo season. We've got a bunch of stuff and content that's out there, but you know, at the end of the day, we want you to become the best version of yourself, live your best life. We want to be here to assist you. We are living the best versions of ourselves. We have come from dumpster fire existences. It was never pretty, but now we're really happy, whole, peace, content. Like our lives are just incredible, magical. Yeah. And the woo is you. So let's get into
it. So which leads us to our topic today. Today we want to talk about the idea that life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you, and what that means. that life is a gift. And sometimes, especially when you're in the midst of that dumpster fire, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to see it that way. But I know for me, when I shifted the perspective of, oh, everything, there's an opportunity here for me for something that serves me. I things started to turn around a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's really interesting because I take like a micro moment. I'm going to give an example of a micro moment where it would have sent me in a tizzy. It would have sent me doing something. So my friend Chris was supposed to go with me to Nashville. What's up, buddy? And we had the plans. We had everything done. And then he was like, you're going to kill me. And his daughter's recital was that night. So of course he can't miss it. Right. And my thing was, okay, it sucks because it would have been a lot of fun, but of course I understand. So this is an opportunity for me to see how I reacted to the situation, see how far I've grown, that it like didn't get me into a tailspin. It was like, whatever. And then I decided to take Maddie. So I'm going to take my daughter. And it's like even better because then I get to share Pearl Jam with Maddie. You know what I mean? So that was an example of, and if it happened maybe 2 years ago, I would have been like, oh my God, this sucks. Like I would have really, oh no, it's fine, Chris, don't worry. Because I wouldn't want to make him feel bad. But I would have reacted in such a way. And it was so many things like that are happening to me in my life. So many things like to see how I'm testing on my reaction, and that's awesome. So things happen for me so I can see where I'm at. There are mirrors for me so I can see where I'm at with it. That's like, that's my latest, like, stuff happening for me stuff.
Yeah. And everything that happens in our experience, this is really important actually. It meets us where we are. So, there's a lot of talk like spiritualists, about like, you got to do the work, you got to do the healing. And I have a difficult time with that because when you're in constant focus on what I have to heal, you're always going to find something that needs to be healed. Yes. Right? Yes. That's why I like to look at it as balances and imbalances. And that's really the focus of the book. Yes. Everything is balances and imbalances within us, right? So if I am extremely imbalanced, if you were extremely imbalanced when that happened, then what that situation would only exemplify, will show you as a mirror what your imbalance is. Yes. But unfortunately, when we're super imbalanced, all we could do is look at the catalyst and focus on that. Right? Yes. Mad at what happened rather than recognize that it's our imbalance that's creating the reaction. So it meets us where we are. But here's the thing that for me that is really super important. The more you bring your stuff back into balance, I talk about this friggin' pendulum all the time. The pendulum that once swung like this swings more like this. So you're no longer healing, if that's how you wanted to look at it.
Yeah.
It's the imbalances become so subtle that you are just receiving the information and handling it Johnny on the spot.
Yes.
You're handling it in real time.
Yes.
And life truly does become magical. It does be. The other day I was thinking, I'm always telling people joy, peace, and freedom, joy, peace, and freedom. And I was like, oh my God, I am living in joy. Oh my God, I feel peace. Oh my God, I feel freedom. Oh my God, I am living this shit. It's
awesome. It's so funny because I had this whole weekend to myself, no kids, Christians, whatever, all my kids are out. And I'm just Saturday, just doing whatever the heck I wanted to do.
Freedom.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, I won't let you down. I have nothing in my life that has an ounce of drama in it.
That right there.
Dude.
There's your piece.
Dude, I was thinking about my relationships, the few that we have. There is no drama at any point in anything in my existence at this moment in time. No drama. And that is so different from me because my entire life was constant drama, constant chaos, constant who's got their problems, who am I solving, what am I doing, blah, blah, blah.
But Angela, what has changed? What has changed?
I learned that the woo is me.
Well, now that you mention it,
No, it was so awesome. And yes, I can choose how I react to my situations.
Yeah.
We have choices. We're not a victim of our circumstances. Yeah, dude. Oh my God. Oh, life is so hard. My boss is blah, blah, blah. No. How are you going to react to your boss being blah? React to it differently. You have a choice. Stop complaining.
But stop complaining. Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
My life's hard.
Well, let's just reel it back a little bit because we have worked, you and I were speaking before we even pressed record, how I know that sometimes people's perception of me is a little ivory tower. Like, oh, Dana, she did peace, and oh, life's so wonderful. You don't know. You don't know the fucking fetal, fucking hot water for a baby. You don't know, but you got to get there. You've got to take the steps. And, you just said, stop complaining. Your job sucks. Yes, but people have to understand.
This is why you're the teacher and I'm the student.
I know. Yes, that. But let's just massage it a little. Let's just soften it a little bit. Like, yes, stop complaining. You could start there. But if you're in a job that it's totally soul sucking, you're not going to stop complaining and then be sitting here where I'm perceived to be. Right. And I say perceived because you don't know me. You don't know me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know, life does have its stuff. But if you stop complaining, you'll begin to see subtle shifts.
Yeah.
If you shift your perspective, if you face yourself, because that's a big one. If you face yourself, you look within, you'll begin to see the subtle shifts. And then that will parlay into something else, and then all of a sudden a year from now, you're like, holy shit. Is that joy? Is that peace? Is that freedom? And you're like, oh my God, I'm living it. It's like you put the cookie down 10 days in a row. All of a sudden you fit in your jeans. Speaking to myself, by the
way. Yeah. And there's so much more to it. But honestly, and there are a lot of hard things going on in the world right now. There's a lot of things. That's what she said. There's a lot of, chaos in the exterior world. There really is. Yeah. There's just stuff going on, but and we're not being, I'm not being flippant to all the things that are causing trouble. I mean, I've been through miscarriage, divorce. I've been through a bunch of hard stuff. And if I was in the middle of that stuff and someone told me to stop complaining, I would want to punch him in the twat. So I get it. I'm not being insensitive to your plight. I have gotten over my stuff and I am living in peace and I've done the work, and you have to take accountability for yourself for everything that's going on in the world. You just have to learn how to take accountability for your actions and your reactions. That's it. And that's it. That's like that's the beginning. Take accountability. Okay, I'm overreacting about something happening in a country far, far away. There's nothing to do with me. Why am I doing that? And you start asking the questions, and we go into all of that later. But it really is taking accountability, being honest with yourself, stop blaming other people, and fucking do something about stuff that makes you unhappy.
Yeah. And to add another layer to that, you say do something, that makes stop doing things that make you unhappy, do things that make you happy, right? I feel like if people get stuck there, then there is a worthiness in question.
Yeah.
Why don't I feel like I'm worthy to do things that I love? Why do I feel guilty when I do something for me? Yeah. Why am I comfortable when I do something that brings me pain, that brings me grief? This is an embarrassing story and I'm going to share it.
Yay!
yeah, your turn, Dana, to share the embarrassing stories. So when I was I think I was in the 5th grade, we had a yard. We had a huge yard, but we had this one fenced off area where the dogs would go and they were shit and stuff like that. And I was there with my friend and my brother was there with his friend. He was 3 years older than me. And my brother, in hindsight, I now understand, was terribly abusive to me. Terribly abusive. And he had his reasons, whatever. We don't have to get into that. I mean, I read 10 Rex, but whatever. So his friend was bullying me and my brother was allowing him, and his friend pushed me down after being physical with me, and I was crying. And my friend, I keep going to say her name and I'm stopping myself. My friend goes, oh, like she felt bad. And they were like, haha, and they took off, and I was humiliated, embarrassed, and I'm sitting, what I didn't realize was in a pile of shit. Like I'm sitting on the ground in dog shit. Oh, it's still there.
Aww.
And she goes, come on, Dana, get in the shit. Get out of the shit, rather. And I go, maybe I want to sit in the shit, because I was so embarrassed. I didn't even know what to do. It was the only way I could like take control of the situation. And it was such a traumatic experience. Only in hindsight, at the time, that was just par for the course.
Yeah.
You know, fast forward the next day to a similar experience. But when I think about those words that came out of my mouth, maybe I want to sit in the shit, because that's where I was most comfortable, because that's where the baseline of my experiences were at that time.
Yeah.
Now I would never even consider sitting in a pile of shit, or staying there for that matter, or having that experience. So I'm bringing this up because there are many people, maybe even you, that have become so accustomed to sitting in the shit because that is what you've been dealt your whole life. That's what you've been convinced that you're worthy of. But we are all worthy of living the lives that we desire, of living joy, peace, freedom, of living all that. It's up to us to recognize that we're deserving of such, and then taking the steps to get what we want, to live these lives. So you don't have to sit in the shit.
Oh my God, dude. That's your brother.
Hey, listen, he's living his trajectory. I'm living mine.
And these experiences happened for you. So that you could share this.
It was all for me. Yes. Yeah, no, really. When we are born, and this is a whole nother spiritual metaphysical conversation for another day, but when we are born into these families, especially the more challenging and dysfunctional families, it's truly, and it's so hard to see when you're in it, gifting us a greater opportunity to realize who we are, to become who we are, to understand our worthiness, to understand our greatness, our magical nature. The most difficult thing to overcome, the most difficult hurdle, gives us the greater reward when we understand it. It is happening for us. Life is truly a gift. Fucking all of it.
All of it, all of it, all of it, all of it. And yeah, man, I picked a very difficult family to come into as well. You know, my experiences up until I was probably, God, 40. Yeah. Yeah. My like clearing house. Like that's why my life is so peaceful now, because I got rid of all those people, and they all did their job. They did their job really well to give me the experiences that I needed to prove my worthiness. First, they had to break it all down for me. And like, I came into a world where I felt unworthy, you know, and it was a struggle to be seen, heard, valued, appreciated, all those things that I carried and balanced into my adulthood. And then it was breaking free from them. And when I finally figured out my worthiness, and it was walking away from people that didn't see me. Like that's my new parameter. You got to see me, respect me, value me, appreciate me. Otherwise, vaya con Dios.
Yeah, if I have to prove to you if I have to explain to you, every boyfriend I ever had from the ages of like 18 to like 45, right? If I have to explain to you who I am, I think it's pretty fucking obvious. If I have to explain to you, and I would give people the manual, I'm like, okay, so this, and they're like, nah.
I know. No. I'm like, okay, so I just need to be texted back when I text you. Said
no, you don't. No, you don't. Oh my God, I would be like, I need X, Y, and Z. That's it. Just sunlight, water, whatever. That's all I need. And they're like, oh, so you want, LMNOP? I'm like, my mouth sounds.
I know.
Yeah,
but we stayed.
You don't have to prove it.
Yeah, we don't have to prove it. You don't have to prove it. All right, guys. So with that, we're going to so all full circle. Woo is you. This is very exciting. I'm super happy to be back here with you, Dana. Really, like this.
Yeah,
is like
yeah. Me too.
I missed it, boo. So we're gonna close with we're gonna do a special new thing, and Dana's gonna give us a nug every week. So we got Dana's nugs. Take it away, girl.
Okay, this is really important. Something important to remember. We all fuck shit up. Every one of us. It's part of our humanness. But it doesn't mean we're broken. It just means we have some aspects of self that are out of balance. And when we reconcile these imbalances, you too can find what, Angela?
your peace and freedom and
trying to read my lips. All right, there's my cue. You too can have joy, peace, and freedom. Thanks for playing, guys. I can't wait to see you for episode 101. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for watching this episode of Going Commando with Angela and Dana, brought to you by Phenom Publishing. Phenom Publishing is humanity's go-to resource for personal evolution. Go to phenom-publishing.com to view the works that we've discussed in these episodes and to join the Phenom Readers Club, where we have special and exclusive offers and deals just for our subscribers. It's free and it's fantastic. See you on the inside.